Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Monday, happy Monday, and it is June 26th. So welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for coming. I do really appreciate the support as always. Definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. It makes a big difference for YouTube pushing my live streams and my videos out to new people. So I do apologize for the background noise if you can hear it. I'm not sure if you can or not, but it is very hot today, so I get the AC going not too far from me to stay nice and cool. So anyways, let's as usual, we're gonna do the US dollar DXY index, and we're gonna do the full top down from the monthly down to the 1 hour. Then we're gonna apply that information to all the other US dollar pairs, including gold, and then we'll take a look at the yen pairs. We'll look at Bitcoin, a couple commodities like oil, natural gas, and we'll probably look at the stock market. Hey Odin, hey Robin, hey Isra, how's it going today? Thanks for coming. So let's get started right away, and let's do our full top-down analysis on the US dollar index. And if you have not done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. It's 100% free to join, no obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. The link for that is in the description and in the chats. So anyways, let's start off with the DXY. Definitely a boring day, Crizzy. I do believe that this is most likely a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I still think this is an A, B, C, a B, and I still think this is more likely to be an A, B, C correction, like this last wave up is the wave C. It's free on Discord. It's 100% free to join. You never have to pay a dime if you do not want to. If you do want to join my Patreon membership, then that is a paid program, but you do not have to. You can stay a free member for as long as you want. The paid membership is $49 US a month to join, and it comes with the members forecast, the trading course, twice a week Zoom meetings, Tuesday and Thursday, and it comes with a quick get together every morning. We do about a 20-minute get together every morning around 9 a.m. UK time to talk about potential trades. So hey, how's it going everybody? Let's get going. So anyways, this to me still looks like the end of an ABC correction. If this is the end of an ABC correction, this will now be in a downtrend. If it is now in a downtrend and it really is the end of an ABC correction, it will go down and take out that low. So we don't know for sure if that is the case or not, but it definitely did make 3 waves up. It definitely did make an impulsive move down at a fib level, and it did even take out some structure for the move up. So it definitely has everything it should have to be an ABC correction. So now let's head down to the US dollar index on the weekly time frame. Now I've been saying this for several weeks now, but I'm going to say it again. There is always a chance that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave C. Now, like I said, I've been talking about this for weeks now, especially in my live streams. It would actually look completely normal if this turned into an ABC correction that went up to one of these higher Fibonacci levels. So definitely keep aware of that. The higher time frames are king over whatever we see on the shorter time frames also, so definitely be aware that this could continue back up. But to me, I'm still sticking to the idea that this is an A or a 1. This is a 1, 2, 3 waves up for a wave 2, which could be a wave B, and I'm still sticking to the idea that this has actually already ended an ABC correction at the 38.2% Fibonacci level, and it's going to end up continuing the downtrend. So let's take it down to the daily time frame. Now on the daily time frame, we definitely does have a pretty strong move up, but you will see that it already has 3 waves. It's already at the 50% level. I still think there's a very good likelihood this move up is a correction to this move down, maybe like a 1, 2, and then it bounces off a fib level and ends up continuing the downtrend. So let's take it down even further to the 4-hour time frame. So on the 4-hour time frame, looking at the US dollar index, which I'm always more likely to believe the US dollar index, it does kind of resemble a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 with a higher low. The reason why I'm calling that a wave 5 is because if you look at the DXY, which is very, very correlated, it's very, very clear that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. This is probably an A, we're probably in a B, and it's probably going to go up and make a C. So on the DXY, it's very clear that this is now a downtrend, followed by what most likely is going to be a correction to this last move down. So that means that the US dollar index is probably the exact same thing, and the only reason it looks different is because the DXY is very, very, very correlated to the euro dollar. Most likely this is an A, most likely we're in a B, and then most likely it's going to go up to at least the 61.8 to make a C before it ends up continuing the downtrend. So let's take it right down to the 1 hour time frame. 1 hour time frame, very, very corrective looking. It looks to me like this is probably an A. It looks like it's probably in a B, and I bet it's going to go down again for a wave C. I think this right here is the uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, B, C, of B, and eventually probably back up for a wave C. So I expect that the dollar will continue up, but I think it's going to go down first to make a C and then back up. So what we need to do now is we need to take that information that we just learned from analyzing this, which we say the dollar is probably going down before it goes up to finish a B. Then we need to apply that information to all these other US dollar pairs, including gold, because the dollar index is really king, and it really helps me, and the analysis that I do on the dollar index really helps me trade all these other US dollar pairs, including gold and silver. So let's go to the euro dollar and check that one out. Let's head up to the daily time frame. Daily time frame, you'll notice that we have almost a perfect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. First move down is probably an A. It's probably a B now, and it's probably going to go down again for a C. I think it's a 1. I think it's making an ABC of 2, and I think eventually it will go up for a wave 3. So let's take it down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame is where you can see what I think is very clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up, probably a 1 of 3, very impulsive down, probably an A. This is probably a crescent to the upside, probably a B. Like I said, the dollar looks like it needs to go down some more to finish the B, so this might not be done yet. It probably will go up some more, and then eventually go down to make a C, and then back up to make a end of a crescent, and the continuation of the uptrend. So let's take it right down to the 1 hour time frame. So like I said, the dollar looks like it needs to go down more, which means that this probably needs to go up more. It's probably going to end up looking something like this. This is probably an A in here someplace. It's probably a B. It is probably going to go up to the 61, I think, is the most likely place, especially with all the support that we have back here. In that area, there's a lot of support and resistance in that area, so I am thinking the 61.8 is probably the most likely place for this to end the wave C, which is probably a wave C of B, and then continue back down for the wave C, just like what I was showing on the dollar index in the longer time frames. So let's take it down to the pound dollar. Pound dollar, very, very similar to the euro dollar as usual. They are very correlated, but we have almost a perfect shape of an uptrend, probably a 1. This is probably an ABC correction forming now, which is probably a 2. Most likely go down to a Fibonacci level and end up continuing the uptrend for a wave 3. So taking it down to the 4 hour time frame. On the 4 hour time frame is where you can see almost a perfect uptrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. Nice impulsive down, break of structure, helps prove that this whole move up is over. First move down is probably an A. I think it's going to go up one more time to complete this ABC of B, and then probably head down to one of these lower Fibonacci levels to finish off a wave C. So just like I said, the dollar index is probably going down. This one's probably going to go up to finish the B, and then go down to make the C to one of these fib levels before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So let's head down to the 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, I think what we actually have here is a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is probably an A also, but an A of B. I bet this is going to go back up to finish off the BC, ABC of B, which is going to be a crescent to this last move down. Then it'll most likely go back down to either the 38, maybe the 50% level to finish the wave C, just like what I was showing on the 4 hour time frame. So let's keep that in mind. Let's move on to the Aussie dollar, which the Aussie dollar has been very weak to the downside. It was very strong to the upside, and now it's very weak to the downside. It probably is going to end up making a fib bounce. At this point, it's probably going to be like the 61.8 most likely, especially with all, like I said, all the resistance in that area. Definitely a very highly likely place for this to end the crescent and end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 4 hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, it definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. It probably is going to go up and make some sort of a crescent like a wave B, and then probably down again to at least a 61.8 to make a wave C. I am also expecting this one to continue the uptrend once this ABC crescent is complete, most likely going down to one of these fib levels and most likely continuing the uptrend. So 1-hour time frame. So what have we got on the 1-hour time frame? It looks very clear to me that this is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1, A, B, C of 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3, A, B, C of 4, and this is probably a wave 5. It probably is going to make a move up, but that move up is probably going to be a wave B, and then eventually it'll go down again to make that wave C, just like what I was showing on the 4-hour time frame. I don't think the euro dollar finished an ABC on the 1-hour time frame. We just looked at that. Yeah, definitely not. I think it's going up still, but definitely you could take the short maybe. So going down to the daily on the Kiwi dollar, working our way down through. This one I think is very, very similar to the Aussie dollar because it's got that ABC shape. It's got an impulsive uptrend, which I think actually ends right there. I think we're in an ABC crescent, and I think eventually it's going to end up continuing the uptrend. So let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. Now before I move on to the sort of time frames, look at this right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lower high for the wave 5. If I was only looking at this one pair, I would for sure think that this was an ABC, and I would definitely think that it's going back up. But because I used correlated pairs, look at the Aussie dollar. Yeah, see. Yeah, not so much the Aussie, but the pound dollar, which is very correlated. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we're in an A. Look at the euro dollar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we're in an A. Look at the Kiwi dollar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're in an A. So correlated pairs, if it wasn't for that, I would never be able to figure out some of these patterns. Most likely A, I bet we're already in a B, and then it's going to go down again for a C before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So let's take that down to the 1-hour time frame. It kind of looks like it's trying to end the wave B, but looking at the dollar index, it probably is going to go up again. This is actually a downtrend, probably to A. This is probably going to go up at least one more time to make a finish off the ABC of B, and then I bet it will go down to make a wave C. So I do believe this move up is going to be a B, which a wave B should be a crescent to the wave A. You could definitely throw your Fibonacci retracement out there and look for a reversal at a Fibonacci level. Most likely, looking at the dollar index, it is going to go up before it goes back down. So let's check out the US dollar Canadian, which because of the Canadian strength, the US dollar Canadian still hasn't even broken any structure on the longer time frames. Looks to me on the daily that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 1. Looks like a big ABC of 2. Nice big downtrend for the beginning of a wave 3, which most likely it's not even close to being over. Most likely we got a long ways to go to the downside if this really is a wave 3, which I do believe it is. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, like I was saying, we don't even have any break of structure yet. Our most recent structure level is right here. I think now we could probably call this a structure level, but I think looking at the dollar index, this is actually probably an ABC. So it probably is going to break this structure, but then it's probably going to turn back down almost instantly. So I'm still watching this structure back here. Like I said, if I was looking at only this one pair, I would never know that it's probably in a wave C or getting ready to make a wave C. But because I use correlated dollar pairs, I am able to see that this is probably an ABC crescent, and once that's over, it's probably going to continue the downtrend. The 1-hour time frame. So this right here is actually probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there, and this is probably actually a wave A. This is probably actually a wave B right here, and I bet this is going to go up, but I think that move up is going to be a wave C. Probably take out the higher wave A, take out structure, turn at a Fibonacci level, and most likely continue the downtrend. So I'm definitely still looking for shorts on this one for sure. US dollar Canadian never really, the US dollar Swiss that is, never really made that wave C like I was expecting. Now, I went kind of back and forth on whether this was an A and this is a B and it's going to go up and make a C, which if it does do that, it would be completely normal. But looking at the dollar index and everything else, I'm actually thinking that my original thoughts that this was already completed at ABC, because we have one up, 3 waves down, and then one up. I think that's already completed in ABC, and I think it's already back into a downtrend. So taking it down to the 4-hour time frame, I think that I'm going to have to change this up a little bit, because I still think that this right here is an A. And you can very clearly see A, B, C down, A, B, C down for the B, A. I think this move up right here is the wave C. I think this is probably a 1 all the way down, and this is probably an A, and it probably will go up at least one more time, but I think that move up is going to be part of a correction, and I think it's going to end up continuing the downtrend. So let's take it right down to the 1-hour time frame. I think this is actually a wave B right here, just like the other dollar pairs. This is an A, this is a B. It probably is going to go up to at least a 50% to make a wave C, and then most likely go down again. So just like the other pairs, I think that we're in a wave C, and most likely it will end up continuing the downtrend. Wow, look at the yen. The yen pairs will not give up on that uptrend. Now, like I've been saying for probably at least 2 or 3 weeks now, what I see as a 1 ABC could possibly end up being a 1, 2, 3 and just keep on trending up. And luckily, since we're trading a wave C right now, and what's the strategy for trading a wave C? The strategy for trading a wave C is going long at the end of pullbacks on shorter time frames. If this really is a wave 3 and it just keeps on trending up, what's the strategy for a wave 3? A strategy for a wave 3 is going long on shorter time frames. So if it does end up continuing the uptrend, making higher highs, higher lows, and it does not end up being a wave C, then that's definitely not going to cause me any issues at all. No, hey Mark, how's it going? Nice to see you. Going down to the 4-hour time frame. Yeah, you might be worth taking along. I don't know. I think it might be worth it. For me, it's a counter trend trade, so I will not be taking along. But if you're into a counter trend trading, then yeah, go for it. So anyways, as you can see, ever since we ended this big ABC correction way back here, it's been trending up. It has not respected this Fibonacci level. It's been making higher lows the whole way up. So definitely an uptrend still. Kind of looks like it's trying to go back up right now. At this point, I think it's going to go up to the 78%. Which the 78% is a long ways up there. We got to squish it down quite a ways just to see that. It probably is going to keep on going up, even if it is a wave C, to at least a 78% Fibonacci retracement. So I am for sure still looking for longs on this one, which it kind of looks like it might have already made one. 1, 2, 3 waves down, higher, low, impulsive up. That's probably a long, and I bet it's going to keep on trending up. So if it does make another pullback in the future, that's exactly what I would continue to look for long opportunities for the continuation of the uptrend. So let's see, what do we got on gold? Ooh, gold's going back down. Maybe that is the end of a wave B. Nice. That's just going pretty much right as planned. So I might be one of the only people on YouTube, or really anywhere, that thinks that gold is going up. I still think this is an ABC correction, and I think that it will go up. And I still think that gold's going to make new all-time highs, probably go up to at least 2,200, and maybe a lot further than that. So it looks like a 1, 2, 3-way pattern, which tells me this move down is almost definitely a correction to this move up, and it most likely is going to continue the uptrend when ready. Yeah, I am thinking that gold is in a wave C now. Last week I was calling this an ABC, but with the new information we got last week, which is more impulsive movement down, I think it is very obvious that this is now a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is a very overlapping pattern for the B, and now we're in a wave C. Probably going to bounce off to 61.8, making a impulsive move up, ending a wave C, and most likely continuing the uptrend. The 4-hour time frame might even be a better place to look at it, because we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down for the A. We have an A, B, C for the B. Definitely very, very corrective in this little section right here, as you can see. And yeah, that's okay. I don't mind being the only person that thinks the gold's going up. That's fine by me. So anyways, we got a 1, 2, 3, 4, and I think it's going down for a wave 5. I still think there's a very good likelihood it'll bounce off to 61.8, take out structure, proving that the wave C is over, and then continuing the uptrend. So I'm definitely not a fundamental trader at all. I do pay attention to the news events as they come out on Forex calendar, but I don't really care what the news is. I don't really care what the fundamentals say. I am a technical analysis trader. I trade Elliott wave, structure analysis, and some other techniques. So yeah, like I always say, I actually enjoy being one of the only people that think that gold is going up. So anyways, we got a downtrend for the 1. We got 3 waves up for the 2. This is definitely all one downtrend for the 3. Looks like an ABC of 4, and I bet we're heading down probably to the 61.8 to make a wave 5. Then if it turns back up, takes out structure of the wave 4, that is definitely what's going to prove to me that this is the end of a wave C, and at that point I would definitely start looking for longs in an uptrend for the continuation of the uptrend. Yeah, I think that we're already in that wave C, but it's just a matter of opinion. I think it's pretty clear on the 4-hour time frame. We spent a lot of time last week in one of my Zoom meetings going over this with my Patreon members, and we all came to the conclusion that this is a trend. This middle part is very clearly a crescent, and then this is a trend right here. So one trend with a crescent and another trend, ABC, bounce off a fib level, take out structure. That should be the continuation of the uptrend. Yeah, I think so, Yana. I definitely agree with you. I think we have the end of a wave 4 right here. A, B, C. I mean, it's possible this could be a wave B of wave 4, and then it goes back up to make the 4, but I don't think it is. I think it's an A, B, C. I think it's ending a wave 4, and I think it's probably going down to the 61% to make a wave 5. So definitely, that looks like a good observation to me, Yana, for sure. So we just looked at all the dollar pairs. We don't really have any dollar news to worry about today. We got the European Central Bank Lagarde speaking later on at 6:30 p.m. UK time. So C definitely could say something that would move the euro, so definitely pay attention to that. But for the most part, there really isn't much news today. Tomorrow we have the Canadian CPI news, as you can see. And I will be live doing my special live stream tomorrow for that. Probably about a 30-minute live stream, about 1:15 to 1:45 UK time. So definitely check that out. And then the Wednesday will be my next live stream at 2:30, which lines up with all this news here. And Friday will be my last live stream of the week. Tuesdays and Thursdays is when I do the Zoom meetings for my Patreon members. So anyways, let's get back to the charts. Let's go check out the yen pairs. What's going on with the yen pairs? Looks like they're still going up to me. Let me just cipher through real quick. Man, they might be going up already. Those yen pairs, I definitely wouldn't be betting against any yen pairs. Even the Aussie yen and the Kiwi yen I thought would make a bigger move down, but it's starting to look like they are not going to. Going out to the daily time frame, and it's not respecting the 78%. There's definitely no reason to think this trend is over. It very easily could continue the uptrend, and if it does, we'll just continue to look for longs, and we'll just enjoy the never-ending trend. So if we definitely have impulsive down, and that could be a B, and it could go down for a C. Let's take it down to the 1 hour where we can see it a little clearly. It possibly could be an A, B, C, and then go back up. Like this is the A, and then this is an A, B, C, a B, and then it goes back down for a C. That's originally what I was thinking, but yeah, we are in a strong uptrend, and I definitely would still be looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. This very easily, even though it looks like a wave B, could very easily just keep on going down. But if it does turn down in a big way, especially if it takes out structure, then it's probably going to go down and make a C and then go back up. So just pay attention to your structure, pay attention to your patterns, and you should be all set. Going up to the daily time frame, this one also has no reason to think it's over. It's not respecting a fib level. It's not taking out any structure to the downside. The trend is definitely still up in my eyes, and most likely it is going to end up continuing back up. So definitely no reason to think that any of these yen pairs are over. This one made impulsive down too, and I could possibly picture this being a wave B also, an irregular wave B, and then going down and make a wave C, and then continuing the uptrend. That definitely is a possibility, but really I wouldn't be betting against the yen pairs because they very easily could just keep on going up. Even if it does go down, I won't be going short, but instead I'll be just continuing to go long. What more likely is this is right here is the ABC, or maybe even more likely than that, this right here is the ABC correction, and now we're just going to keep on trending up. So I am definitely still looking for longs on all the yen pairs. This one I was thinking would go down and get a little more, like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This was all a B. But honestly, it might have already ended the wave C. Actually, now I look at it again, it probably has. That right there is probably the wave C right here. We have an end of a trend right there. That's definitely the end of a trend. This right here looks like a three-way pattern down. I bet this is now back into an uptrend. So I would definitely be looking for longs on that one for sure. Same thing with the Kiwi, except for the Kiwi never even really broke structure, so that pretty much invalidates that. This probably is a wave C right there, I bet. And I bet now we're back into an uptrend, and I bet it's just going to keep on trending up. So I would definitely still be looking for longs in an uptrend. Canadian yen, look at that, 3 ways down, impulsive up. It's definitely struggling a little bit because there's a lot of selling pressure, but definitely no reason to think this uptrend is over, at least until we take out some structure to the downside. Until this structure right here gets taken out, I would definitely only be looking for longs in an uptrend at the end of ABC pullbacks. Swiss yen, another one very strong up. Look at that, 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive up. That would have been a nice little entry today. No signs of it being over. It very easily could just keep on making higher highs, higher lows. Most recent structure level on this one is right here. If this does continue up, we'll be able to move our structure to there. But really, until we get a structure break to the downside, I would definitely be doing nothing but looking for longs in an uptrend for sure. So yeah, definitely a very slow day today. The yen pairs are making a little bit of a move, but definitely a little bit on the slow side today. Oyo is definitely a little confusing for sure. Let's get rid of some of these fib levels. Hold on, let me adjust my charts a little. Let's get rid of this one. I still think Oyo needs to go up and make some sort of an ABC, maybe all the way up to the 50%. But we got a wicked consolidation going on here. It kind of looks like a barrier triangle because it's flat on the bottom and slanted on the top. So it kind of looks like it could be like a bow flag type thing also, maybe even signs that we are getting ready to go up. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, it's just a very, very overlapping pattern. So it looks like an ABC kinda, but then it made another A, B, C, D, E. So if this is a barrier flag, a barrier triangle, the fact that it's slanted on the bottom and flat on the top would tell you that it's actually going down. Because if it was a barrier triangle to the uptrend, then it would be flat on the top and slanted on the bottom. And it would be like something like this. That would be a barrier pattern for a bull market. What we have looks more like a barrier pattern for a bear market. So like I said, we don't really have a real clear direction on gold right now. On oil, I mean. It definitely did make 3 waves up, and then it went into this triangle pattern. So I'm thinking that maybe this is all just a correction, and this right here is an ABC, and that maybe it is going to keep on going down. We'll see. On the 1-hour time frame, we definitely do have a break of structure to the upside. But as you can see, it looks like it's making a correction to the upside. It looks like it's getting ready to bounce out to 50%. If this makes an impulsive move down, especially if it takes out structure, it may be a good sorting opportunity. Because like I said, this may be a triangle to a bear market because of the shape of it. So we'll have to watch that. I wouldn't go short now because with that break of structure, it very easily could continue up, and the fact that it looks like an ABCDE makes you think that it's either going to go back up to the top of the triangle, or if the daily, weekly, monthly time frame is correct, it may just keep on trending up and finally start making that big wave A that I was showing on the daily time frame. So not really a clear direction on this, I would say. Oh wow, that did go up today. I was thinking it'd make a bigger ABC correction. Get rid of that. So I think that natural gas is actually pretty clear right now. And what's clear about it is we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down. 1, 2, 3 waves up. So that's definitely a trend, followed by a correction, so a 1, 2. And then we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down with a break of structure. That break of structure probably tells us that this is the end of a trend, the end of a wave 3. This first move up is probably an A. We definitely got 3 waves down right there. That's probably a B, and this is probably a C. This last little push down, even though it is a higher high, a little bit of a higher high at least, it probably is a wave 5, and that probably tells that that this whole trend is probably about to end. If it goes up and takes out the structure of this wave A, then that's going to prove to me this whole downtrend is over, and then it's either going to go up and make an ABC, or possibly a 1, 2, 3, and just keep on going. So it looks to me like natural gas is getting ready to make a big move to the upside, whether it's an ABC or 1, 2, 3, either way. I think it's a pretty big move to the upside. I think this right here is an A. I think this is very clearly a trend, followed by a correction, followed by a trend, so an ABC, a B, followed by a trend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C, followed by a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 5, probably the completion of the whole trend on the daily, and now we are back into an uptrend, and I bet it's going to go up and take out these highs. Not sure why we got so many of these. So I bet it's going to go up and take out this high right here, and probably even go a lot further than that. So I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend on that one for sure. That was a small little correction today. I had one of my members ask me if that was the wave C today. I thought that it was going to make a bigger ABC before it went up. So hopefully she got into that trade. That was actually a very clear 3-wave pullback now that I look at it in hindsight. It kind of looks like it could be a wave 5. Maybe it will make a bigger proper correction for us to get in. You know, something like this would be a lot better, like a proper 3-wave pullback or a proper 3-wave like that. So hopefully we get another correction so we have more opportunities to go long at the end of those corrections. So what is going on with Bitcoin? I was thinking on the weekly time frame that this is a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is like an A, B, C, and that it was probably going to end up turning back down to that $12,000 to $10,000 area. I think that this is probably a big ABC. I think right now we're in a wave C of wave B on the sort of time frames. So let's take it down to the daily. On the daily time frame, I think this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. I think this is a very corrective pattern for the B. I think we're going to see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. Then I think eventually it is going to go back down in a big way. But until we get a break of structure to the downside like that, I would definitely be looking for longs in an uptrend on sort of time frames. So yeah, definitely. It looks like we have a complete uptrend though. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, we're probably going to have to see a bigger correction, like something like this, and then up she goes, I bet. ABC down and positive up, entry to go long. And the 1 hour time frame, yeah, I think we should be looking, even though we don't have much of a break of structure, I think it's very clear that this is a B and that we're probably going to go down for a C and then probably back up. So it kind of looks like it's trying to form that end of a wave B right now for an entry to go short for the continuation down for a C and then continue the uptrend most likely. It might even end up being a bigger crescent. It might make a crescent, anywhere between 38 and 78% of this whole move up. So I really wouldn't be surprised if it ended up being something like that and then going back up for like a 1, 2, 3 of wave C. So let's see, we checked out that. Let's go check out the stock market. I gotta look at NASDAQ for one of my members. Let's look at the S&P 500 first. Yeah, I definitely think this is still going up. I think this is going at least to the 78%. I think we're in a wave B, and eventually it's going to end that wave B and go down to the 3200. But I don't think it's quite ready for that yet. I think it's definitely still going up. To me, it looks like an A, B, C of B. If it bounces off that fib level, that means it's probably going down to make a C right around the $3,200 area. Now, some wave Bs, especially in the stock market, will make higher highs. Like right here, that's definitely a wave B, and that made a higher high. A, B, C. So sometimes wave Bs do make higher highs, so I wouldn't be surprised if it did go up and make a new higher high, and then go down to make a wave C. We do have to remember that this coming up year is an election year in the U.S., and I pretty much guarantee that they're going to try to do everything they can to keep the stock market inflated for the election, and then probably when the election is over is when we'll get that big wave C. So I think the uptrend is still intact. I don't think it's even close to being over. Going down to the shorter time frames, definitely no reason to think this is over. I would expect it to at least go up to the 78 and maybe even higher than that. 4-hour time frame, I got my Fibonacci retracement on here, measuring the last push up, which is very clearly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up. This is probably all a correction to the downside. It kind of looks like an A, B, C, a B, and then maybe one more push down for the C, and then back into the uptrend. That looks like an irregular wave B right there. I think it is. Look at that. A, B, C of B. That's definitely an irregular bottom, I bet. And I bet we're heading up for a wave C, which would make a lot of sense because that lines up with the US dollar analysis. And then this is a downtrend for the A, B, C of B, and then back down again, maybe all the way to 78% to make a C before it ends up continuing the uptrend. So now we got that. Let's go check out the NASDAQ, see if that's correlated. Yeah, that's actually even more clear on this one. Let's go out to the daily. I think we're in a crescent. I think it's going to end up looking like this and then continuing back up at least to the 78%, if not even higher. So I think this one's even more clear that right there is a wave B. This is probably a downtrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, B, C of B, and then back down again for a C. Then probably bounce off a fib level and continue the uptrend. So 1 hour time frame, yeah, definitely very clear. I think it looks to me like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. This is an uptrend for the A. This is 3 waves down for the B. This is an uptrend right now for the C. Then this is going to be an A, B, C of B. Then it will probably go back down to at least a 61, maybe even to 78%. Make a wave C, eventually break structure to the upside, ending that correction, and most likely continuing the uptrend. So let's see, I wanted to see if we had any more requests. Doesn't look like it. So let's go back. I'm trying to think if we missed anything. We got to look at the Aussie Canadian for one of my members too. So let's go look at the Aussie Canadian. Now we do have Canadian news tomorrow. We got Canadian CPI, so that's definitely a big news for the Canadian pairs. So I guarantee whatever's happening over the next 24 hours is going to be setting itself up for the news tomorrow. I'm not really much of a crypto trader. I don't really look at anything besides Bitcoin, unfortunately. And usually Bitcoin is like the king of everything, so if you got Bitcoin figured out, you probably got them all figured out. I think that it's pretty clear on the weekly time frame. This is an A, this is a B, and we're going to go up and make a C of wave Y. 3 waves up, W, 3 waves down, X, 3 waves up, Y. So let's see, let's go down to the daily. Yeah, I think that this is actually probably still a wave C. Maybe that right there is the wave B. Actually, that's actually makes a lot of sense, even though it doesn't look quite right. A, B, C down, and then B. That is it, I bet. A, 3 waves down for the B, uptrend for the C. Now we're probably in the final wave C, so if we see a break of structure at one of these fib levels, then that's probably going to be the end of this correction. This is probably going to be an A, B, C of wave Y, just like I was showing on the longer time frames. So we need to get to a time frame where we can see the trend that's happening. What's the 4 hour is pretty close. We can kind of see the lower lows, lower highs this whole way down. If we get the end of a trend, which would look like that, that would be the end of a wave C most likely, and the continuation of the uptrend. So I'm definitely looking for the end of a trend for this move down, because if that really is a wave C, an end of this trend would be the continuation of the uptrend, because the end of a wave C trend is the end of a whole ABC correction. So I bet this is a wave B. It's kind of what I call like a staircase trend, because there's no clear break of structure. It's basically just a series of lower lows, lower highs the whole way down. So probably we're going to need to see that 3, 4, 5 shape and then a break of structure. If we see this picture right here, that's probably the end of a correction on the longer time frames, and most likely the continuation of the uptrend. So yeah, that seems pretty clear. Let's go back to here. So let's see. Let's go back to the dollar pair. It's definitely a pretty slow day today, so let's see what's going on with the dollar. Is it doing anything? I think the DXY for once may actually be preferred by me. For once, like I said, because this actually is showing us the pattern much better today. This is exactly what I expect to happen. And then a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. ABC up, and then back down. It's probably not even a wave B though. I'm not sure why I drew that. That's probably not correct. It's probably a wave 2 is what I actually believe it is. US Turkey, I don't know about that one. USD Turkey. Wow, look at that. Yeah, look at that. It's not really too readable. Definitely an uptrend, there's no doubt about that. Wasn't Turkey the country that just had that big earthquake or whatever disaster that was? That's probably half the reason why this is just one big uptrend. Yeah, I don't really think this is countable. I don't really think there's pretty much impossible. How are you supposed to count that? There's like no pattern right there. It's just a completely flat pattern, and then it went up at the disaster. So if it breaks structure down, then that would tell us that this move over up is complete. Until it breaks this structure right here, I would definitely still be looking for longs. It may just keep on going up. But honestly, it's not really that readable. I mean, there's really no way to read something like this. It's just like a big overlapping mess. So, sorry about that. Like I said, I would pay attention to my structure. That's pretty much the only thing you can really do. So the question is whether or not this is actually the end of a wave B or not. I was actually thinking it was going to make one more push up and then go down. So we'll have to keep an eye on it. Yeah, I don't know. If it breaks that structure, then I would definitely say that's the end of a wave C. But it kind of looks like it wants to go up and then back down to finish the wave B. So I kind of think that it's more likely it is probably going to go up again. Same thing with this one, A, B, C, and then down for the B. A, B, C, a B, and then down for the C, and then back up. This one, I don't think I would be trying to go long on this one, that's for sure. That looks like a trend. It probably is going to make some sort of a correction and then down again to the 61.8. It's probably going to be an irregular ABC correction and then continue the uptrend. So I don't think I'd be trying to go long on that one. This one I think is pretty much the same thing. A, B, C of B, and then down again for the C. Probably at least to the 61.8, take out structure, and end up continuing the uptrend. I think the US dollar Canadian is also in a wave C, because this right here is an A. I think this is 3 waves down for a B, and I think this is a C, which probably will break structure and then most likely continue the downtrend. US dollar Swiss is probably the same thing, honestly. I don't know if I really trust it to go all the way back up, but it may. It definitely looks like it made like a trend followed by a correction. Now it's probably in a trend. Maybe the 50% will be the level that it decides to stop at before it goes back down. ABC up and posted down, entry to go short is what I would be waiting for. US dollar yen, yeah, definitely looks like it ended in ABC correction. If it really is the end of an ABC correction, then it will go up and take out that high. Now that's the question, is whether it really is the end of an ABC or not. A lot of the yen pairs kind of look like they could go down again, and that there's actually like an AB in here somewhere. So I expect the dollar to go up. So most likely the yen will go up too. So really, I don't think I would be trying to go long now, but if you were long from earlier, I bet that's going to be a good trade. I bet it's at least going to go up and take out that high right there. Gold, I think, is most likely going down. I think this is going to at least go down and make a wave 5. Probably to the 50% level is what I would assume. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Break structure. Break structure. Proving that the wave C is over and most likely continuing the uptrend. So it is Monday. It's definitely a very slow day, as everybody can see. So I don't really see too many requests coming in. I'm probably going to call it here. So definitely like and subscribe to my channel if you have not done so already. If you have not done so already, definitely join my free Discord channel. 100% free to join. No obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. If you do want to get some help with your trading, if you want access to my trading course, or if you want access to my members forecast, which I do every single morning before the London session, which includes a 20-minute video about what I expect to happen on all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs, including gold, natural gas, and oil, then definitely check out the link for that. It comes with a trading course, it comes with the private chats on Discord, it comes with the members forecast, and I also do 2 Zoom meetings a week where I teach my strategy. So if you're interested in joining for free, then definitely do the Discord. If you want to get some extra help, then definitely check out my Patreon page. So my next live stream will be tomorrow for the CPI news. The Canadian CPI news is tomorrow at 1:30 UK time. So my live stream tomorrow will start at 1:15 UK time and probably go for about 30 minutes to 45 minutes. So definitely come back and check that out. And if not, then I'll see everybody on Wednesday for my next regular scheduled live stream. So I hope everybody enjoys their day, and as always, happy trading.